Welcome back. They say you can make $1 million if you reinvent the mousetrap. But what if you reinvent the mouse? This is the pistol mouse from a company called Monster Gecko. It works like you might expect, making a shooting game seem that much more effective. It's a corded mouse and it's pricey, about $70. Electronic Arts is showing off new games for the Xbox 360 due out at the end of this year. In fact, fans got to look at a whole lot of new technology at this year's E3 Video Game Expo in Los Angeles. We're compiling everything we saw that's cool. We'll be ready to show it to you next week. Speaking of video games, the man who helped Bill Gates build Microsoft came to the Bay Area to talk about the Xbox. Microsoft's CEO visited his alma mater to encourage the students and hype his company's new game console.
And we have placed those watchers randomly under your seats. So
it was a lecture that brought Stanford students out of their seats before it even began. That's because under his seat and her seat were certificates for brand new Microsoft Xboxes.
Please welcome back Steve Ballmer.
Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer then took the stage to talk up his company's next-generation game console.
I'm pretty excited today, I have to say. I'm going to try to focus in on this speech and give you my all and give you my best and all that kind of stuff. But we are launching our Xbox 2.
The new Xbox will replace the one already in more than 12 million homes. Ballmer, who dropped out of Stanford's business school to join Microsoft, says innovation is the key to moving forward.
You know, the one big area I worry about, frankly, is battery power, and I'm hoping maybe some Stanford engineers will get longer life out of some of these batteries.
And when they take a break from playing the games, they may have a job waiting for them.
And certainly for those of you who are looking for a good environment to do it, I'm Steve B. at Microsoft.com. Feel free to drop me a line. Thank you very much.
The next generation Xbox is actually due out in November, but there are still new games to be played for the current Xbox. Tech Now's Lawrence Scott reviews a trifecta of titles.
Think of all the quarters you once plunked into pole position, then consider if you just waited for a decade and saved your money for what's now at your fingertips with a new crop of modern-day racing sims. We got an early look at a game that signifies, in no uncertain terms, that virtual racing has taken a whole new turn. You'll want the steering wheel controller for this one because virtual reality has been put into high gear with Forza Motorsport from Microsoft Game Studios. Say what you will about Microsoft's offerings for the PC. This is perhaps the strength of the software giant's development power, and it might be the highest quality offering in 2005 for the Xbox. Half-Life and Halo fans are certainly hip to the Doom series, and now, exclusively for the Xbox, first-person shooters can dig into the dark imagery of Doom 3, developed in the labs of the brutal minds at ID Software.
Tower, Dark Star on final.
So what's the story behind the game? A military-funded experiment by a mega defense corporation has gone haywire, and evil is spilling out into unknown worlds, threatening human life as we know it. So gamers assume the role of an unknown soldier to go clean up the mess.
I'm gonna need you to step on one of those red squares on the floor for a bioscan.
The game is best served as dark, dirty, single-player amusement, and it's so engrossing that the single-player action could render you single, if you aren't already. The Xbox version is in no way graphically superior to the PC version, but it's just as pitch black, full of the surprise attacks and gore you've come to expect from the Doom series. If you're looking for that perfect blend of racial insensitivity and pandering, well, look no further. The Sims have been kicked to the curb and rostified by 10% to become the shameful and inane, the Herbs Sims in the city. The formula is pretty simple. Take the Sims concept and make it real stupid. First, you make your character, who starts out as if dressed by the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy crew. Then you hit the town and meet fabulous people who talk like a cross between Mushmouth and Jar Jar Banks. Once you get enough cred, you can shred heavy metals on an awesome guitar that looks like something Rainbow Bright put out for a yard sale. For a streaming video archive of past game reviews, check out lawrencescott.com.
Thank you, Lawrence. All of those games, by the way, can be played online on Xbox Live.
This week's Tech Now test drive goes big with an enormous SUV just ahead.